We had one old Radio Flyer wagon that the tires were pretty bad shape, and I thought about replacing them, but I started looking at them. I was seeing prices in the $13 to $22 a tire to replace them, and I thought, man, I don't want to spend be $50 for tires, and I've seen the hubs being about $15 for 4 on eBay, and I thought that's just too much money. So I just kind of set this idea aside, and then got a Harbor Freight little flyer in the paper, and I saw these 10-inch pneumatic tires for $3.99 each, and I thought, man, boy, if I could get those to work, that would be great. Much cheaper, and what I'll do is I'll take the wheels off the new wagon. I'll use those on the old wagon, and I'll have a really nice setup on the new wagon with pneumatic tires, if it all works. So I went over to Harbor Freight, checked them out, and they were 5/8. So I had to figure out something to do, and I'll demonstrate in the video what I did. But in total, I spent 4 times $3.99, so $16, $1 for a spacer for all 4 axles, and 50 cents an axle, so $2 for the snap-on hubs that I found at a local hardware store for 50 cents each. So I spent less than $20, a lot less than $20, and really was able to fix up the old wagon, the new wagon, really nice. And I'll put those virtually new wheels on the old wagon, because we won't use that one that much, but it'll be something that can be used at some point, where the old tires are just completely falling apart. And when you see those hard rubber wheels, you realized why I really wanted to go to a pneumatic tire if I could find one. Yeah, I found some real nice wheels for this wagon at Harbor Freight. You can see compared to the actual wheels that are normally on there, they were small enough that they would fit in there and not rub against the chassis, the body of the wagon. But I found out these are 5/8 hub, and these are 1/2-inch hubs. So I'm going to go through the whole process. Now I'm going to go on to the last one here. I got a system that's working pretty good. 2 screwdrivers, turning both at the same time to get the cap off. Of course, now that I say that, we'll see. The cap's coming. And I want to work against the hub because, like I said, I'm keeping this. Okay. So I got that. Just a little bit of oil in here to make sure that that's going to come as easy as possible. I happen to have a ball bearing right here. Two sides here. Get stuck, just pop it off. Now work from the other side. I don't do this to work on cars anymore, so these never get used, but then I've come to a place where I can use these tools. Not for what they're intended for. It does the job. Screws right off. Not too bad. Okay, take that wheel off. This is the adapter I was hoping would work. It's only 1.5 inches, but I wasn't concerned that it wouldn't cover the whole hub. The problem was it still had a lot of slop, although it fit over this nicely. It had a lot of slop when I put the wheel on, which I'll demonstrate here. More play than I wanted to see. So I gave up on that idea and went down to Habitat for Humanity and found some tubing. I don't even know what it's for. a lot of play in this too. So I decided I'd make some shims and just put these over the shims, and I've done the first one already and it worked out pretty good. So I'm going to do the next one now, and I may have to play with this a little bit to get on there. But get the hammer here. Obviously it's not going to go down the rest of the way, so I would use something like that shim hanging down the rest of the way so that I'm not damaging that. But now I've got a real nice tight fit here, and my wheels are going to fit pretty nice and tight too. If they fit real tight, that's not a problem because these have a ball bearing hub, so that's not where they're going to roll. So that goes on real nice and easy. I got my new cap here. $0.50 at your local True Value. You may not find it at True Value, but they are available. Just fine. Make sure. Yeah, I'm right down to that. Put my cap on. Voila, we're all set. Nice tight fit. That slop is just part of the way the wheel is, and on a wagon it's not going to make that much difference. That little bit of slop makes a lot. And there we go. All set. You can see I've got a wider wheelbase now. Tires clear just fine. I made sure they would do that. These are 10-inch wheels from Harbor Freight. I paid $3.99 a piece for them. Like I said, I paid 50 cents for the hub and $1 for a piece of pipe that was going to provide me with my spacer. Much quieter wagon, nice smooth ride, actually pneumatic tires. And I'm going to use the old ones on the old wagon. Like I said, I didn't start this project to trick out a wagon. I started it to figure out how to replace the tires on the old wagon. And then I decided, hey, these are pretty nice tires. I'm going to put them on the new wagon, put the tires, basically new tires because we bought a new wagon, and put them on the other wagon.